Hey, it's Michelle from Weekend Craft here, and I am very excited because I just got a new machine in. This is a brand new DTF machine from LokLik. Now, this is their first DTF machine that they are premiering, and at the time of this video, they are for pre-order for a summer release. I'm going to have all that information for you below and throughout this video. Now, you may be wondering, what is DTF? Especially maybe if you watch the Jersey Shore, because we're all like, what is that acronym? But it is actually direct to film. And if you are printing or doing any iron-on or screen printing or sublimation for shirts, for any type of garment, this is another alternative. So basically what it is, this printer will print your design direct to film, and then you'll put a powder coating on the back of the design, you'll cure it in an oven, and then you'll press it on to your substrate. So I made a tote bag. This is what I'm going to show you guys how to make today. You can make t-shirts, you can make sweatshirts, you can make signs, you can press it onto wood, make coasters. There's a lot that you can do with this. So right now this machine is on pre-sale. So what that means is basically that you can put down a $50 deposit and lock in your place on the list for when it does get released this summer. If you do that, LokLik is giving you $850 off of the original price, the retail price, which brings us down to $2,349. So that is a pretty hefty price tag if you're a home crafter. But if you are doing this for a small business, that is actually a great price point for a DTF printer. Now, I do have another DTF printer that I have also reviewed on my page. So if you guys are in the market for printers, go ahead and check that one out as well. Now, I do want to tell you guys that LokLik did send me this printer, but this is not a sponsored post. So you're going to be getting my complete review on this, whether it's good, whether it's bad, and some things that I might change or some things I might not buy as part of the package. So as always, you always get an honest review from me, and let's just jump right into setting this up. So here's everything that comes with your LokLik DTF printer. So you're gonna have an envelope in a bag that kind of gives you just like what's included in this box and then how to set it up. They give you a user manual. It's gonna be your software and your dongle. I'm not sure yet what these are. We're gonna have a bag of parts including like power cords, syringes, head caps, your DTF ink kit, your DTF film, which they give you a good amount of, and then I'll get these unwrapped, but this is going to be for the front of your printer. Your finished film will go through here, and then this is actually a cutter, so you'll slide it across and it will cut the film. And this goes on the back of your machine. It is a roll holder, so it will hold that DTF film. So this is the back of your DTF printer, and we're going to add on the roll holder first. So what we're going to do is we're going to unscrew these 5 screws. You just need a Phillips head screwdriver. this is the DTF film here. When I take it out of the package, well, you can see it's kind of loose. When I take it out of the package, I see that we have the tube inside here. This is not listed anywhere, but this was in the accessories kit. I believe that they go right on here, and that is how we're gonna load it into the machine. Okay, so we're gonna lift this out, move this to one side, take this one off, and we're gonna put it right through. So we put that right through here. And now I'm gonna put this back on. I'm gonna do the same on this. Okay, now this has the arrow going this way. So that is how we're gonna want to load. Then we're gonna go ahead and tighten these screws here to keep the holder in place. Now this is going to be the easiest part. So we are attaching the front piece. We have these tabs here. They just fit right in. And then, ooh, forgive the noise, that is going to be your trimmer. Next, we're gonna open the cover. I figured out what these little metal bars are. So these are actually your guide for your film. So this is going to be hard to show, but they slip right in here. Now we have our 3 pressure rollers here. Okay, lifted that up. It felt a little tougher than I thought it was going to, which made me a little nervous because it's plastic, but just keep doing it and it will pop up. Need some strong fingers here. Okay, we have all 3 up now. So now that the film is loaded in, we're just going to put the pressure back down on our rollers. Now this is your print head, and because it comes shipped, it's locked in the shipment. So this is a print head block, and what we're going to do is remove this, because this is only on here purely for shipping. Just be careful, you don't want to drop a screw in the machine. Then you're going to remove this bracket. So on the side here, this is where your ink tanks are. So we're going to want to remove these 2 screws so we can fill up our printer ink. Now you'll see there's like a warning on here, only to use LokLik ink. Once you open this, you cannot return it, yada yada yada. So if you're having doubts, once this is opened, you can't return it. So, okay, I do have to peel this sticker off before I can take this off completely. Okay, that is super annoying. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it left a film strip on it that says void, 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 void. So I'm gonna need some Gooby Gone to get that off because I don't want that on the side of my machine. Okay, so this did just lift right off, and we'll have to work on getting this off later. I don't know where that came from. Okay, you can see here we got yellow, K is for black, M is for magenta, C is for cyan. We have our waste and we have our white. So I like that they are marked on the tube here. It's very convenient. I'm going to open all these up. And be careful not to lose the waste one or the white one because it's not attached. So I've put down a glass surface here. Now you're going to want to shake these up really well. Okay, lesson learned from that. You can just pull this out. Now this is what I'm most excited about on this machine. I believe like these two functions here help. So the main thing with DTF machines is that if you don't use them like every couple days, they tend to clog. But this is supposed to stir the white, and the white is usually the issue with clogging. Okay, I love how this actually fits into the nozzle. I wish all of them did that. So we're just gonna fill this up. Zoom out a little so you can see. So this is the stirring component that I talked about before. This is going to plug right into here. And then above that is the USB cable that's going to plug into your computer. It is very important to note that if you are buying this machine, or actually any DTF machine that is currently on the market, they all run on Windows. So you do need a PC to run the DTF machine, and that is because of the RIP software. Now, I am a Mac girl. It pains me to work on a PC, but when I got my first DTF machine, I just bought a PC that was on sale for like $150. It's a Lenovo. I only turned it on to use DTF printers. So if this is something that you are thinking about to invest in your business, if you are exclusively a Mac user, that is something to keep in mind, and you need something that runs Windows, so a Chromebook won't work. But that is just something to note if you are thinking about buying any DTF machine right now. Hopefully, someone comes out with a software that works on Macs. But until then, I'll be using my cheap PC. So a few things to know about installing the software. You are going to have a USB that comes with your printer. You can download the software from there. And you're also going to get another USB stick. This is your dongle, and you need this plugged in to your PC in order to use the printer. So do not lose this. Now, I am actually going to link to a separate video on how to install the software. That will be linked in my description below. So again, we're on the back of the printer, and we're going to turn this on right above the cord. Now you should have the software installed. So we're going to open up the Better Ink software and click Print Setting on the left. And then we are going to go to Add Ink. You'll see the drop down. We're going to click Head 1, and then we're going to select Start. If you open the cover to the printer, you'll start to see the ink coming through the tubes. And when you see the ink come all the way through, you're going to select Stop, which is next to that Start button. Adjust the nozzles and get a reading on our print heads. So we're going to select Adjust and then Nozzle State Diagram. And what that is going to do is it's going to start to print out our test page. So the button to let this go further is out here. Okay, we have a lot of broken lines here, so we're just going to keep, you see this? We have a lot of broken lines here, so we're just going to keep doing this until we don't. Okay, in order to run a clean, we're going to, in the Better Printer software, it's right next to Adjust, we're going to select Clean. Okay, this is definitely getting better, so you have to do that clean in between. I ended up running the clean 3 times, and on the 3rd time, the lines were all connected. Now, LokLik does not suggest doing this more than 3 times because you do not want to damage your print head. So let's take a look at this now. It's hard to see on camera, but all the lines are connected. Now the RIIN software, the RIIN, or RIIN, this is going to be your design software. So it opens up to our canvas here, and we are going to select Import. And then I'm going to select my PNG. So here is spot color. And then we're going to do empty image base for it to print white on the back. We'll do application. Go ahead, select print.
Make sure that vertical mirror is on.
Hit print. And then it is going to bring us to our task job manager here. And it is going to start to print. One more thing I did want to show you, that as a non-PC user, I could not find where to do the canvas sizing or the canvas settings. And if you click on this up here, this may seem easier to you guys if you are someone who uses a PC. But if you go to the RIIN, canvas settings, and then you can go ahead and change the sizes in here. You'll also find save, color manager, print settings, virtual printer install, and your past documents as well. Okay, so the next process we are going to do is the DTF powder. Now let's talk about this a little bit. So we are going to add this powder to the back of our image, and then we're going to put it through our oven or our heat press, and it will melt to the back. So some precautions I like to take, because again, this is like a microplastic, so you do want to take some safety precautions, especially if you're doing this a decent amount. So you'll hear it in the background, I have my air purifier going, and I like to put on my respirator.
So we're going to take the top off the Rubbermaid. We're going to place our image so the colored side is down. So you're just seeing the back of your image. And then you are going to add a generous amount of the DTF powder. Now, I just like to sprinkle it kind of like in lines, and then we are going to kind of move it back and forth. We'll pick up the film and make sure that every piece of the ink is covered. And then you are going to put the excess DTF powder. You can actually put this right back into the bag, or you can leave it in your Rubbermaid container. And this powder is reusable, so you want to get your most for your money and put it back into that container. So you can see this is what it looks like with the powder coating on the back, and it is ready to go into the DTF oven.
So a couple things about this oven. It is taking a really long time to come to temperature. This is the second time that I've tried to get it up to 266 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's taken over an hour. So clearly, I think something may be wrong with this oven. We're only at 243 degrees, but we're going to do our bake anyway. So this is what it looks like with the DTF powder on the back. So what we're going to do is we're gonna open our oven and we're gonna put it colored side down. So you want the powder facing up and the matte side facing up. I have this closed on the oven. And so we're just gonna put it in. This is very hot. And then we're gonna do it for 120 seconds. So it's been 2 minutes. Just gonna open this up. The powder is melted. So I'm just gonna take this out. I have my oven safe gloves on. And you can see the difference of it melted. So this is my HTVRONT AutoPress 2. Now, HTVRONT is actually the same brand as LokLik. It's like their sister company. So we have our tray here, we're pulling it out. It's preheating to 315 degrees for 15 seconds, and I have it on 170 pounds, so it's got a decent amount of pressure on it. And I'm going to be putting this on a tote bag here. So what we're going to be doing is you always want to do a pre-press for at least 5 seconds before you add any transfer on, because it will help take the moisture out of the material. Also, if you have any creases in here, it will help with that as well. Okay, so this has come up to temperature. So now we are going to do a pre-press. So I'm pressing this R here. If you guys are interested in learning more about this AutoPress, I do have a full video for it, and I'll put it in my description along with the link. You only need a 5-second pre-press, but I have it set for 15 seconds anyway. So we'll go ahead and lift it up. Look, now we have a much smoother surface than we started with. Also release some of the moisture. So we're placing our design right here that looks just about in the middle. And then I like to tape it. So I'm going to use some heat resistant tape. This is from Artist Spray. I can link it below for you. And I just like to get it right in place so nothing's going to move. And then I put down a Teflon sheet as well. So again, we're at 315 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds at 170 pounds. That came out awesome! Okay, this came out awesome. The color on it is great. It feels like I don't know how to describe the feeling of DTF. Almost like the whole thing was like printed on vinyl. feels like something similar that you would get at a store. It's not silk screen. It's not infused into the fabric. It's sitting on top of it. But what a cute first press. Okay, now that we've set it up, we've done a few prints, we've worked out a few kinks, what are my thoughts on this machine? Now, I do think that this has a great quality print. I will say you do really have to be careful when you're pulling your print out that you don't touch the white spots until after you have cured it in your oven, because it is very easy to scratch or smudge it. The print quality, I think, is wonderful, especially for this price point. I think if you are doing your own like custom shirt business, if you are running a t-shirt bar, if you're doing craft fairs, or if you are running like an online business where you are selling DTF transfers, I think this is a great option. But here's the thing. Here's what I wasn't impressed with. The one thing I was not impressed with was the oven. Now, I can be honest and say that I don't know if they are selling this oven yet or not, because it is not listed on the site, but the oven, as I got it, took forever to heat up. Like more than an hour to get to the temperature, which was very surprising to me. I do have an email out to LokLik to see maybe if I got a dud or what's going on, because that does really surprise me, because I do have a lot of HTVRONT, which is their mother company. I do have a lot of their heat presses. So the fact that that heating element took so long to come to temperature really does surprise me. So at the time of purchasing, if there is a bundle that has that DTF oven, I would maybe think twice about it. This DTF printer is great. There are better DTF ovens out there, or you can even use your heat press to cure the DTF powder on the back of your transfer. So I think the speed was good on this, the color quality. I do like that there is a way to clean the nozzles. I do like that there's a conditioner you can put on the nozzle like every 2 weeks or so. And I like that you can store this if you aren't going to use it, and there are instructions on how to do that. My other question I have out to LokLik is, how often do you have to print so it doesn't get clogged? Now, on my other DTF printer, you should have to print every 3 days is what is recommended. I could not find what is recommended for how often that you need to print on the LokLik DTF machine. I do have an email out to them asking them those questions, so if I get them, I will let you guys know down in the comments and in the description. Now, I have not done a wash test yet, but I do think this is going to work great. I am going to do a full review on this more in depth. I'll go ahead and print out a mass number of DTF prints and really get a feel for it. I printed out probably a dozen this week, and they all came out really well once I figured out not to touch them before putting the powder on. So far, so good, but I really want to put it to the test. I also maybe want to leave it run, like not running, for 3 or 4 days, make sure that it is working well and that it doesn't get clogged. So be on the lookout for my next review. And if you guys are interested in grabbing the pre-sale on this for the $50 deposit, I'll put the link for it below in the description. If you do put your deposit down to get on that list, you get $850 off, which puts this machine at $2,349. It's always great if you are an early adopter on these machines, because that's usually when you get it for the best price. I also think that price is going to be good if the tariffs do go up, if you can lock yourself in at that $2,349, because these machines are made in China. Now, if you liked this video, if you want to see more like this or general crafts, Cricut, sublimation, laser cutting, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And I try to come on weekly with different craft videos and setup and review videos like this. I will see you guys on the next video.